What's up guys, my name is Dennis and welcome back to In the Den. Today I'm showing you how to install this two-door car garage screen I picked up on Amazon and giving you my honest opinion. I've used one for about 2 years and just bought it again, so let's talk upgrades, how to install it right, and whether it's worth your money. So stick around for some tips that I'll save you some time. Well, since I've used this before, I've noticed a few improvements. The roll-up straps are now sewn in, which means there is more Velcro and it's much easier to set up. They also added extra metal weights at the bottom to help the magnets line up better and to keep the screen from sliding too much on the ground. Instead of those annoying pins, they now included nails for anchoring, which are way better in my opinion. And as for the instructions, much more clear with updated photos. Other than that, the screen itself is pretty much the same. So before you go and start, double check that you've got all the parts and then you measure the frame. It really doesn't hurt to just do it one more time just for the fans. Wipe down the edges of the garage where the adhesive will go. Get rid of any dust, webs, or anything that'll mess with the stick. Use the thin Velcro on the sides and the thicker strips to go on the top. That's where most of the weight will sit. Take your time peeling the backing as the adhesive is pretty strong. It's so strong that if you go too fast that the paper will tear and ruin the stickiness. So just take your time on this part. Once it's on, use the flattening tool to press down really tight. A really important tip is just let the Velcro sit for about 20 to 30 minutes before hanging on your screen. If not, the adhesive won't really stay that well and it probably is gonna fall. And just ask your boy how he knows. After that, just hang up the screen. Before they used to advise you use the pins to secure the Velcro on the top and the sides, but they weren't really that effective. The new screen I came with some screws, but I felt they were way too long, so I ended up spray painting some very small black screws that I had left over to maximize the hold at the top, and it worked out a lot better. And just like that, your screen's done. The job can be done by yourself. Definitely would be faster with someone else, but I would say it would take about an hour to set up. Now as for my thoughts for the net, I love that the net can close automatically when you walk in or walk out of it, and it acts kind of like a barrier for my dogs, for them to know what the boundaries are. There are also different colored nets out there. There's some that are black and white that kind of blend with your garage door, which makes it a little less noticeable. Since the newer version came with the roll-up straps pre-installed, we couldn't really hide them. You can see here that it's quite a hassle just to roll them up after it's rolled, and it's pretty ugly. So I decided just to cut the straps. You can easily use the clips or binder clips just to hold the net if you wanted to move the net aside. Since I work out in my garage, I wanted to block out bugs. And yes, it can block bugs, even small frogs and maybe even lizards. Occasionally they'll come in through the bottom corners and maybe the top where it folds up, but other than that, it definitely blocks out most things. For durability, the screen lasted for about 2 years, which is pretty impressive considering that I installed it incorrectly the first time. But if upon installation if the screen hangs a little low, or if you live in a windy place, the bottom of the screen will probably rub on the floor over time, leading to the weights to probably come out, or just the mesh screen just to break. But if you measure the garage frame and make minor adjustments to this, the screen will probably last you at least 2 years. Now the biggest thing to note is that if you live in a windy place, the magnets can get stuck to your garage door and end up pulling up when you have to open the garage. Some people just recommended installing the net backwards so that the net droops outwards and to increase the distance from the garage door. I've done that on the second installation and so far I think it's helped. I would say that the magnets can still get stuck to the door depending on the wind, but regardless, I think it's been pretty helpful thus far. But yeah, to sum it up, I've bought this again because it really works. I would definitely recommend this if you have some sort of garage gym or if you like to just spend time in the garage. Are you using one of these for your garage too? Let me know what you liked about it in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time right here in the den.